Hello and welcome back for the fourth game of the finals of the Ladder Wars, and in an incredibly Tarnation move. Tarnation has gone for Guardians as his pick of faction rather than sticking with the Cranioids. Talking himself, mentioning in chat there about the double NG start, which is a new balance to this game in order to give Guardians a little less of a weak early game against, specifically against Harpy. So it shouldn't have any real effect in this matchup. To be fair to Tarnation, as much as I would like him to stick with Cranioids, I can see maybe he thinks this map is a bit small for that sort of late game style maybe, but I honestly don't. I think this would be a perfect map to do something like this on, perfectly fine with the new resource spots that it got a little while ago. I think this could be an acceptable map to do it, and I really hope he goes back to Cranioids in this finals and doesn't go through every faction in the game. Although, actually, all he needs to do is go for the Lightbringer's Mirror and Deathsworn, and we will have seen it all, although I doubt both of those, especially Deathsworn, as even with some of the buffs they've got, they're still probably, with Marines, in the lower quality of factions overall in this game right now. So, not much to talk about early game. Recon has been doing basically the exact same build that he's done for every game in this entire tournament. So, not too much to talk about. And on the other side, very standard Guardians build coming out from Tarnation, making sure he has them APCs just to clear out that first infantry heavy force that you get in the early game. And going for a very quick radar, so it looks like he's following the same style perhaps as we saw in that Cranioids game, but with a different faction this time. It looks like he wants to just get that late game army out, get a lot of heavy drones out, and then just big heavy drone fight in the late game. However, I'm not sure how good that's going to be. Heavy drones aren't something you can do some sort of aggressive timing with. And once Phoenixes are out, I think Phoenixes will beat heavy drones. I don't know. Obviously, this is, isn't something I've seen a ton of times, but I would assume that is how it goes. So, Recon being sort of aggressive here. I think he might be... This is what I thought he might try and do if Tarnation were to pick Cranioids. Again, and as Tarnation is going with a similar idea of a build, even if with a different faction, I think basically what he's trying to do is hit before Tarnation manages to get a good number of Spectres and Heavy Drones out. I'm not sure how well this is going to go specifically for him, because there is quite a good unit composition here. These APCs are going to really force him back and keep those Heavy Drones alive for a bit longer. Again, all he has for anti-air are these Rangers, who I believe are going to be outranged by these Heavy Drones. And this first fight has been pushed back. I'm interested to see, is Recon going to just try and mass up more trees and go? If we scan over his base quickly, it looks like this is sort of what he's going with. We might get to see an Aerie go up soon. But Tarnation is now to his sort of late game army and just wants to start massing more and more and more. Pushing forward these heavy drones, they've got that good range. Not many of them can get hit by anything. Spectres can do a lot of damage on the ground. Snipers are going to be able to pick off a couple of infantry here and there. The heavy drones having the two different fire types is going to really help against these forces, even though it's pretty much just trees now. Going with just heavy drones by the looks of it from Tarnation, it looks like he might again have a good situation here where Recon hasn't decided to go up to that late game. He's tried to win the game with just trees, and it hasn't been enough. Going for more rangers here in this composition, but the heavy drones are going to do very well in just heavy drones versus rangers even then. So, and these buildings are placed very far forward now, considering that he's going to be fighting over this bridge quite a lot with Tarnation at this stage, and so this isn't looking very good. A couple of heavy drones heading off to do their very slow and awkward but often quite powerful harassment. And if we look through Tarnation's base, it's just heavy drone, heavy drone, heavy drone, heavy drone. This camera movement can be so nice and smooth at times, and then the replay system just refuses to let it be so. So we have heavy drones in the back doing their thing, and Recon is just going to try and push over the bridge with his buildings. He has many more rangers in this army now, and Guardians don't actually have anything that great to do with rangers. The snipers will do some damage, but they're going to hit the trees in front first, and less specifically Micro 2. They don't have an artillery like a lot of other artilleries that is good for killing infantry, but now that all of these trees have been destroyed, these rangers have nothing to protect them, and snipers and heavy drones will just chew through these rangers. And I think that fight right there, along with the fact that we have these heavy drones in the back that have destroyed some of the economy here for Recon, means second GG, and we are now even in this series 2-2 after the 4th game.